Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to dive into the gear list and the tools that I use to shoot our upcoming music video titled Sleepwalking, Music and Lyrics by Alex Caravay. All right, so I shot with the Sony a7S III with the Canon 24-70 L lens attached. And you're probably wondering why I chose a photography lens over a video lens. It's due to mainly versatility. I wanted more flexibility for adjusting framing, whereas if I am using a cinematic prime lens, I'm constantly removing the lens and having to refocus and rebalance, and it just takes up too much time. So overall, this was like the best setup for what we were doing, and we only had a limited amount of time in the space, about 3 hours. So the more versatile, the better. That's why I chose the Canon L lens. In front of the lens, I used a Moment Cinebloom filter, 10%. And I'm usually filming with the Pro Mist filter. And the reason why I decided to use the Cinebloom is because it raises the shadows a little bit more than the Pro Mist does, and it creates a warmer feel overall. The issue that we had early on when we were planning is Alex, the client, wanted to bring in a haze machine because he wanted those shadows to really be lifted. He wanted that vintage, creamy, cinematic feel. And I told him the haze machine, it wouldn't work out because the room is too large and the actors and dancers won't be able to really evolve their performance while the haze machine is going. So I instead opted for the Cinebloom filter, and he liked the look, and that allowed us to have more consistency as we continued forward with the video. Now, as a cinematographer, especially in a large room like this one, where there's a lot of windows, as you can see in the background, and there's also a giant mirror on one side of the room, there's two choices. I can either rig lights on the outside of the windows, or I can shoot the way I was doing for this music video. Sunlight changes throughout the day, and you're going to notice that more with large windows. So the trick was to shoot on an overcast day, and that's when I used this adapter. It's a MD variable filter, and it allows me to brighten up the image and bring in light or darken the image. And having that versatility and the ability to change that at any moment allowed me to change and manipulate the looks. So you have light coming through the window, bursting through the window in one moment, and then at other moments you see more detail in the background. And then there's also an area where it's very bright and we're bringing in a lot of light. And that's all done through the manipulation of the variable filter. And it's convenient because it also on the sides has these teeth, and it's easy for me to quickly adjust while I'm moving. Now, I noticed before filming that the lens actually had fungus, and usually a photographer, videographer will discard a lens or a piece of equipment because the fungus ruins the glass and changes the overall look. And if you can see it here, see how everything looks foggy? Well, that is the natural look based on the fungus that was growing in the adapter. And I still decided to shoot the music video with the fungus. If you know me well, I'm always experimenting when it comes to cinematography. And what the fungus is doing is it's creating what's called a veil flare, and the whole image then gives us another stop of light. But it's also softening the skin tones and adding more of a halo glow. And we see that in the end of this music video here. You see a little bit of that in the window with the glow. And then you also see that right here in the moment on the top of his head, have that nice kind of romanticized glow. And I think that even though it was entirely experimental, I really liked the look overall. So apart from the camera, the lens, and the adapter, I also used a Ronin RSC2 Steadicam, and the whole music video was shot with me using the same lens on the Steadicam. So if you want to check out more behind the scenes, jump into the description below. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.